Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Robert Warshak.
I'm Tony, or DeCara Smith. That's actually just my last name. So.
Or Tony the Dank. We're going to be continuing on our review of the HCT World Championship Day 3. As you know, we're just going to talk about the game, review it. If there's anything interesting that sticks out, we'll mention it. But overall, these are the best players in Hearthstone currently in the world. So reviewing the games and kind of, finding out and thinking how they think, not only helps me, but obviously, hopefully it helps you as well.
I'll be asking a lot of questions. I don't follow Hearthstone super close, but I used to follow it quite a lot when we were making a lot more content together and things like that. So a lot of my questions are going to be...
Yeah, I mean, you play Magic, so like there's just a massive amount of similarities. So first game is going to be KillinAllDay versus Language Hacker. The screen should be changing here shortly. Wow, look at that animation that we did not make. All right, so we got the Zoo Warlock on the top from KillinAllDay versus the mid-range Hunter from Language Hacker on the bottom. This is like very similar to like when you used to play Zoo, throws up on the board.
Yeah, I was looking at the Zoo list. I think the Magic Carpet's actually a pretty cool card. Dude, is that new?
Yes, it came out this expansion. Super under the radar. Tech flew under the radar. And nobody expected to be that good. It's actually one of the best cards in the deck.
It is. I saw it and I was like, wow, that can be really, really strong. It survives. It has a lot of health. It can survive and actually probably get a lot of value. Notice there's a lot of Death Rattle. Using your Abusive Sergeants to pop up stuff. Trade. Pop your Death Rattle. Of course, Knife Juggler to pop out with the... Are the eggs in this deck?
Yep.
That make the 3/1/1s? Okay. So, of course... Classic vanilla Knife Juggler shenanigans.
A card that's never died. And to think it used to be a 3/2 instead of a 2/2.
You see Abusive Sergeant. Abusive Sergeant
was a 2/1.
Yeah. Direwolf Alpha.
No, I don't think that was ever nerfed. But
no, I was just talking about OG Zoo cards that have always been around. Juggler, Direwolf Alpha, Abusive Sergeant.
Argent Esquire, the 1-mana 1/1 Divine Shield.
Cult Master or whatever, Cultist, the die draw card.
Yep. 4-mana 4/2 when your minions die draw card. Yeah, this not really seen too much play. Actually, some people played it in their token druids, but not really that popular.
So I'm pretty familiar because I reviewed the deck list of this Zoo. What are we seeing here with the Hunter? Was this a mid range?
Yeah, so this is going to be a mid range Hunter. So it power spikes around turn. Well, it starts doing things around turn 2 or 3, but it power spikes around like 5 to 6 when it can go Unleash the Hounds, which he has 2 copies of currently in his hand. He can play Timberwolf, which your other beasts have +1 attack. So against Zoo, for example, Zoo throws up on the board.
Oh, of course.
6 minions. They go Unleash the Hounds, make 6 1/1s. Timberwolf, they're now 2 1s. That's 10 damage burst. And there's also a card called Scavenging Hyena. Again, classic card.
Yep.
2-mana 2/2. For every time a beast dies, it gets +2 attack, +1 HP. So you trade all 5 of your dogs.
Wasn't that card nerfed at some point or changed?
Nope. You're thinking of Starving Buzzard.
You are correct. I am thinking of Starving Buzzard.
So by the time you finish with your Scavenging Hyena, Unleash the Hounds, like the card is like a 15/8.
Yeah, just absolutely.
And then Zoo has no single target removal, so they just get obliterated.
Now, is this Zoo deck running? I saw someone running Rafam for like a late game, turn all your shit into legendaries.
I believe. I'm not sure if this list. I don't have access to the lists. Well, we don't. So I'm not sure if this
really
is
they don't publish them. And
they do, but I don't.
Oh, gotcha.
We don't have it brought up. Sorry. We'll get the production guy on it, which is me.
Do you think that's usually a pretty smart addition to Zoo? Because it gives him firepower in the end game. Is that basically the point of it? Is just to, when you're running out of steam, you throw up on the board and you have all legendary creatures?
Well, the Archfiend, what up, Mackie D? The Archfiend Rafam is really for the control matchup. So, like, you throw up on the board, you run out of steam exactly, and then you play Archfiend, and then, like, your whole deck turns into legendaries.
Hopefully generating some good value.
I mean, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't.
True.
But looking at the mid-range Hunter here, I mean, a Magic Carpet on 3 coming from KillinAllDay. Well, actually a coin Magic Carpet, so it's on his turn 3. It was on KillinAllDay's turn 2. Like, he has no way to kill this.
Yeah,
like 6 HP for 3 mana, dude.
Yeah, and he's got a good curve lined up, and he's got Bloodsoak Corsair and the Direwolf Alpha or the Evil Genius, depending on what they're gonna play. What do you think their next play is for the?
Well, the Hunter's screwed.
The Hunter
cannot kill this Magic Carpet.
He's got what? Link's Hero Power end turn.
Yeah. So what I can see here, I mean, he's got Hero Power, Swing Face with the 1/1. He probably won't even play the Links, to be honest. He'll probably hold that just as a rush card.
What that Links get generated from the Links?
Spring Paw, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so he just throws it out there, all right? So yeah, the Spring Paw is a 1-mana 1/1 rush. Rush is, you know the difference between rush and charge. So the Links has the same exact stats. It just makes it from the Spring Paw. So you basically get 2-mana 2/2 with rush, but 2 different bodies.
Okay, reminds me of like Fire Elemental.
Yeah,
Or Firefly, whatever the generate a 1/1. 1/1, give yourself a 1/1.
Yeah.
Reminds me of that.
So this magic carpet here is just gonna be insane. Like he could go like
Yeah.
knife juggler, Mecharoo, ping off a 1/1, use Mecharoo to trade into a 1/1. He could go as far as like tapping, see what he gets, play a Bloodsail Corsair, trade 2 into there just to get the extra card. I'm pretty sure he's just gonna throw up on the board here. There's no reason to tap because he can just
Yeah, why not? Develop
Yeah.
the board. The
Grim-
Mecharoo, when it dies, get a 1/1. Is that correct?
yeah, same Spring Paw, but instead of the rush, it death rattles. So he's gonna do exactly what I thought he was gonna do. He goes knife juggler,
Pick
Mecharoo.
off. Oh, good
Whoa,
space.
but he still can double trade.
Yeah, it's still a solid trade.
And then when it dies, the knife juggler pings again because it's death
Right,
rattle. He
right.
missed both pings, which is unfortunate.
It's sad that he missed both pings, and it's still really favorable towards the zoo right now. It's very, very, very impressive.
Oh,
start.
there's the scavenging hyena.
Scavenging Hyena. Good setup coming up then
Turn
turn 5. Yeah, good curve. Scavenging. Unleash the
Unfortunately,
Hounds.
though, Unleash the Hounds, they're 1/1s, and he's not going to still be able to kill a carpet. Like,
Nope. He can kill Knife Juggler,
And
Kangaroo, make a big Scavenging Hyena, but it's just going to ask for some decent trades on the other side again once they're playing the creatures.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 3 creatures. Can't play them all next turn. Close.
well, probably
If he
honestly,
draws another a 1 mana, though, he can go 2 mana, 1 mana, 1 mana.
yeah. But also to note, Grim Rally. I know you haven't mentioned it just because it's a new card and you haven't seen it. So Grim Rally says destroy a minion on your side, give everything else +1.
I did read
+1.
that, yep.
So using that on like a 1/1 mecha, like the kangaroo guy, or using it on like an egg. Yeah. Are you gonna review Hunterrace's game versus 8? Yes, I believe that is next. We're reviewing 2 games today, and I believe that is the second one we're reviewing. MacD.
Apologize. I'm trying to lean away if I cough.
Evil Genius. Similar effect to the Grim Rally, kill a minion, but you get 2 lackeys. Both those lackeys, 1 mana 1s, so they get buffed with the magic carpet.
Now, lackeys are there set in mana lackeys, and then you, because I've seen a couple cards that reference lackeys. What are the different lackeys?
Okay, so the one he just got was a 1 mana 1/1, give a minion +1 attack and rush, which he used it on the magic carpet to buff its attack to 3. The other one he has in his hand, the Nobold Lackey, it's a 1 mana 1/1, deal 2 damage. There's another one that summons a 2 mana minion,
Okay.
and there's another one that discovers a spell. So all of the lackeys are good. So when you randomly generate them, every lackey you're gonna get is good, which makes the card so good because there's no inconsistencies.
Wow, he was really desperate to get out that to take out that carpet.
Oh yeah, the card. The card. I mean,
so
look at
much
the value.
I mean, turn 1, and it's now got to his turn 5 just to take care of it, and has allowed him.
So it was
to
on the board
really-
for 3 turns because he coined it
Yeah.
out on 2.
and it's allowed him to establish board dominance. I mean, he's down to 11. He's taken 11 damage already.
Yeah.
And kind of starting to run out of steam. Unleash the Beasts. What is that? Twin spell. That's like double cast, right?
Yeah,
Cast.
so it's twin cast is the wording for it, and it's a 6-man summon a 5/5 with rush. So it's gonna be able to summon and kill that knife juggler, for example, would be a good target for the Unleash the Beast. From KillinAllDay here, the Nobold Lackey that does 2 damage looks to line up perfectly with the Direwolf Alpha. You know what I mean? So that's one option there. Tapping first to see what he gets, but I definitely see a Lackey here and a Direwolf. So I'd see a Lackey on the right side of the Knife Juggler or the left side of the Evil Miscreant, and then the Direwolf will come in between the Evil Miscreant and the Knife Juggler. But he's just opting to play the 2-mana 2/1 Rush. I'm not a fan of this. I would have liked to see him push more damage with Direwolf Alpha, but because you just spent 2 mana or 2 damage to kill a 1.
Yeah.
And he probably, if he doesn't go wide here, he's playing around Unleash the Hounds. That's all he is.
So I was gonna say they could always try to play another Lackey or Bloodsail to try to get that last ping, maybe develop the board more. But I see what you mean about
He's playing around that Unleash the
Yeah.
Hound because he knows that the mid-range hunter comes back from Unleash the Hounds.
right.
And now Unleashing the Hounds kills only 1 minion here, while Unleash the Beast will kill a single minion, and he still gets. You can't go face. As rush. He's gonna kill Knife Juggler because that's obviously just a threat over time.
Oh, Unleash the Hound, Scavenging Hyena, making that mid-range comeback since the dawn of Hearthstone. And he pulled a. Was that Leroy already in hand? I didn't remember.
It was drawn last turn.
Okay, so there's easy lethal.
Yeah.
Wow, that wasn't even close.
I mean,
that was a very strong start.
It all depends because the hunter has no comeback on the board mechanic. They have Unleash the Hounds, and that is it. And
Right.
KillinAllDay didn't give him a chance to use Unleash the Hounds because he wasn't developing his 1/1s. He wasn't putting out 2/1s.
Yeah, he never had a strong Unleash the Hounds.
And that was because he went tall, not wide. He made his minions, like, he put 3 minions down, and each one was 2/2, 3/3. So if he unleashed hounds, it kills only one of them, and that's really not optimal. So.
Right.
I mean, it's just like when you play against a hunter, you just gotta make sure you don't play into their only ability to come back on the board, and that's just don't go super wide.
Right. All right, so now they both played.
So we have the mid-range hunter again, and we have the control warrior.
Okay.
This one is going to be the bomber warrior because you see the Alec in the top left.
Yeah. I was gonna say everything looks roughly the same from the list I was looking at, but that Alec I wasn't familiar with. What does that Alec do?
All right, so that says when you shuffle a card into your or your opponent's deck, it does it twice as many times. So basically, instead of shuffling 1 bomb, you would shuffle 2 bombs, and that's basically instead of 5 damage, 10 damage.
Right.
So you use that 3-4 times. You know, you've added 15 to 20 damage extra.
What was the OG
bombs.
bomb card? The Iron Juggernaut.
Yeah, the 6 mana, 6/5.
TGT, is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. That was fun. So let's see.
Spring Call, hero power. Pretty standard opening.
Then from the control warrior.
It's good to mention that the hunter has the Zul'jin in his hand, so that's basically how he's gonna have the ability to go late game against the warrior. Because most of the time, the warrior would just like keep dealing with the hunter's resources, and eventually the hunter runs out of steam. The Zul'jin on the left, Yogg repeats all spells that were cast this game.
Right.
So it basically just makes a shit ton of value and throws up even more minions on the board.
Is it one-sided, or is it all spells ever cast in this game?
Just your spells.
Oh, okay. That's
not warrior spells.
I was like, man, that's gonna give him like 45 armor, but okay. Gotcha. That's right. I think I remember hearing about that card now. Shield block pass. Okay. It is control warrior, so that's a lot of what they do.
They use Dire Frenzy, Beast +3/+3, shuffle 3's copies in. He's gonna go face. You know, a 1 mana 4/4 with Rush, really not the worst card to hit with the Dire Frenzy.
Oh, there's Boom. Or sorry, is that Boom?
That's the hero. It's not the actual minion. It's the hero. So he's gonna change. It would change your hero portrait, and then you get the new hero powers, and it's like 1 of 6.
Oh, okay.
And it changes every turn. One of the strong. It's a reason why the deck is so strong, and it gives all your mechs Rush for the rest of the game.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, it's insane. So, I mean, he really doesn't want to use a Shield Slam on a 1 mana 4/4, and he could coin out the Dinomatic, which is going to deal 5 damage to all non-mech minions spread out, obviously, with there just being 4 on the board. It just lines up really well to it. So, coin Dinomatic. It's going to take care of the 4/4. It takes no damage. It's not a mech, so he's not worried about that. A lot of people, originally, when mechs got popular, they forgot which ones were mechs and which ones were don't. They just figured that would kill it. So
he's just gonna go ahead
they would throw that down and wouldn't do anything.
Like...
Yeah, Mark Shot deals 4 damage, discover a spell.
Okay. Solid use of a turn then.
Bestial Wrath or Animal Companion. What I see here. I'm leaning towards Animal Companion.
That looks like a really terrible Flark's Boonzuka.
That
does not look very good. I'm like, ooh, legendary spell.
Oh,
well,
God. Yeah, that's
8
so
mana, thin your deck by 3, and then they go away. That's a janky control hunter build right there. Like that was like, I'm trying to think of what to use that in. Board clear for control hunter. That's all I got.
And you can't even pick what they attack. It's all random. The card is ass.
Wow, that's pretty bad.
I mean, the card is just horrible. I mean, KillinAllDay really doesn't have like a really solid play here. Town Crier gets a rush out of his deck. He's probably gonna get the Crowley's really good.
Yeah. Every time he kills something, he gets what, +2/+2?
Yes.
With he has 5/4/4 with rush, right?
It's a 5 mana 4/4 with rush. Yeah, if it kills, it gets +2/+2, and it for however long, if it keeps killing minions, keeps getting bigger.
Can be good against some of these smaller decks, you know, like zoos that have
it just keeps making trades forever.
Yeah, it makes trades. Sometimes it gain net some health too, because you're killing something with only 1 attack. Gonna give it +2/+2.
Yeah.
Starting to back up. That's pretty cool. Is that a warrior card or is that neutral?
That's a warrior card.
Okay.
Yeah. If that was a neutral card, it would be played in, I think, a lot more
decks.
decks.
Yeah.
So we see the 5/5 picking a trade into the Alec, just cleaning that up again. If that Alec sticks around for too long, putting too many bombs in the hunter deck can be pretty bad. Plus, you can also tracking into the bombs, which is pretty bad.
Now, in terms of bomb generation, what does the bomber warrior have to kind of get that engine going, that mechanic?
They've got a 3 mana 3/3. It's called Clockwork Goblin, and it puts a bomb in the deck. And then they also have this thing called the Wrench Caliber, I believe it's called. It's a weapon, and every time it attacks, it puts a bomb in the deck.
Okay.
So basically the weapon can put 2 bombs in the deck. Each. You run 2 of those, that's 4, and then 2 of the goblin guys, that's 6 in total. You can put 12 if you use the Elic for all of those, and then also you can randomly generate mechs in the deck through Dr. Boom and Omega Assembly, which can give you more options to make more bombs.
And there is a 1 mana, just discover a mech if you can keep all 3 if you have
10 mana.
10 mana.
That's the Omega Assembly.
Okay.
So here's the militia commander, gets +3 attack this turn when it comes out.
Hands. Like, oh, that looks like, because from here that kind of looks like a bomb with fuse. I see it's a rapier now. Very exciting. Okay.
I mean, if I'm looking at Language Hacker's hand, using the other Unleash the Beast, you saw he couldn't really kill the first one very efficiently. He traded his 4 mana 5/5 minion with Rush into a 5/2. So, like, playing out another one and trading into the 1/1 and having it be a 5/4, like, doesn't really line up with really much KillinAllDay can do when he's just going to slap Dr. Boom down, obviously on 7. So the 5/4 will live, and then you can follow that up with, like, maybe an Animal Companion, maybe a Hero Power and a Master's Call. So the next 2 turns are probably panned out to Unleash, trade, Dr. Boom, goes back to Language, Animal Companion, maybe a Tracking, Master's Call.
I think it's interesting that's a spell that summons a single minion that makes your Zul'jin a little bit better, right?
Oh yeah, because when you get the Zul'jin, it's gonna recopy the twin spell, and then you just cast them again.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's interesting to have see spells that do that. They're instant, like your magic. There's also instant sorcery generates creatures instead of it just being a creature, for similar reasons for playing non-creature spells and stuff like that. So it's cool to see spell utility like that whenever you play spell do this.
Yeah,
also a creature.
I like the twin spell mechanic. It's pretty neat. There's a couple cards that I think are probably like Twilight's Calling. I think that's a bit of an issue right now, but we'll see. There's the
Twilight's Calling?
It's a mage card. Well, when it pops up, you'll know. The Caliber was the card drawn. That's the bomb generation. Wow, he's just gonna Hero Power Shield Slam this down. No Dr. Boom on 7. Very surprising. And then he's probably just gonna swing. Did he kill Caliber face? Nope, holding the Caliber.
Okay.
He knows that the Hunter probably doesn't run Weapon Destruction. Again, I don't have the deck list in front of me, but...
I mean, right now it's just Harrison Ford. Sorry, Harrison Jones. Harrison Ford's the actual actor. Harrison Jones.
There's Harrison Jones and Acidic Swampus.
Oh, okay, people are still running Acidics.
Oh yeah, this meta is so weapon heavy because of all the rogues. They have Waggle Pick. Yeah. You'll see that weapon. It's pretty freaking disgusting.
Yeah. I was reading about that.
That card is insane.
When it dies.
It's Shadow Step built into the weapon. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, so turn 8, you can go Leroy, attack, weapon attack, return Leroy, play Leroy, attack, 16 damage from hand, 8 mana.
Oh, Rogue, doing nonsense broken stuff. It's the beginning. I always liked, not you, Sarah, Malagos Rogue, and then I always liked classic Miracle.
So, playing his minions, playing around Super Collider, even though he really doesn't have to. There's the new Dr. Boom card. Again, it says for every bomb in your opponent's deck, which currently there is none, he summons the Boombots, 2 1/1 Boombots that deal 1 to 4 damage on Death Rattle.
Gotcha.
So, honestly, he doesn't have a great way to get through this Misha. He really doesn't have, like, Ziliax doesn't really do too much here because it has 3 attack. All of his minions have 4. The weapon doesn't get through it. The Shield Slam he doesn't want to really use. Like, there's the Dr. Boom. I honestly didn't really like the Shield Slam the turn before because developing the Boom now, but the turn before felt better because you could have Hero Powered this turn, you could have Hero Powered this turn. Instead, he can't Hero Power this turn, and he would have taken 5 more damage, but you get 5 armor with Dr. Boom anyway, and he's still taking 5 damage this turn anyway.
Right.
Regardless, he's taking 5 damage, and you could have got the extra hero power.
Maybe in a little bit better position. So.
Yeah. I mean, there was definitely merit to killing the 5/4 to play around like a Dire Frenzy, but, you had shield block into Shield Slam anyway.
Looks like maybe going for some maximum damage output this turn. Put down a Dire Wolf.
Yeah. Definitely a Dire Wolf. Maybe the Hunter's Hatchet as well. Maybe weave in a Hero Power. I don't think he's going to commit too much to the board because of, potential of a brawl. But he's committing the Tundra Rhino. This is impressive. And again, good placement. He put the Dire Wolf in the middle, attacked with the 2/1, then put the Tundra Rhino next to the Dire Wolf after the Shutterfly had attacked to maximize the extra 1 damage.
So 2 mana, 2/3 for this Hunter weapon. 2/2 at best. Why runs a weapon like this?
What happened?
This weapon.
Yeah.
What's the main benefit of running a weapon like this?
It puts the bombs in the deck. Every time.
No, for the hunter.
Oh, it's just a 2-mana 2/3 weapon.
What about? Oh, bow's 3 mana, isn't it?
Yeah, the Eaglehorn Bow is
And there's no secrets in this deck, are there?
No. So like 3-mana 3/2 or a 2-mana 2/3. They both
One turn
technically do
earlier.
the same damage, but like one of them you can play a turn earlier, and this can kill more minions, smaller
True.
minions.
Keeping your board presence instead of maximizing damage, I guess.
Yeah, like if you're playing against a zoo, would you rather have a 3/2 weapon or a 2/3 weapon?
Makes sense.
You're gonna want a 2/3 because it can kill 3 minions, not just 2 minions.
Especially the Eaglehorn has such a. Oh, okay, I see.
Crowley's gonna trade into Tundra Rhino.
Gonna grow up a little bit.
So again, when he attacks, shuffle the bomb into the deck.
Dr. Boom next turn with the bombs might be kind of okay, right?
He could put another bomb in. Yeah, he could summon 4
Depending on what he
boom
plays,
bots.
maybe a Ziliax.
He might. It depends how and when Language Hacker plays this Zul'jin in his hand. Now we're at 10 mana. The Warrior's at 23. The Hunter's still at 29. He hasn't really played that many spells. You know, he kind of wants to play a little bit more Animal Companions. He wants to mark shot. He wants to, when he plays Zul'jin, he wants to make sure he gets all that value.
This Unleash the Hound's never going to get much value in this matchup.
Yeah, Mackie D. If the deck doesn't run secrets, the Eaglehorn Bow really loses a lot of its finesse.
Yeah, what does the least kind of represent the class right now?
Paladin, I would say.
Okay.
Paladin and Priest. I don't think anybody brought Priest to the tournament.
Really?
When it was the strongest deck previously.
Yeah, wasn't it? Apparently in Wild, it's absolutely
Wild
Big
is
Priest
insane.
is just absolutely just dominates all of Wild.
Yeah, Wild isn't even fun because of Priest, to be honest. There's too many broken cards. Wild is a shit show.
Good turn for pushing damage here.
Yeah. This is a lot of damage. That was 9 damage between the Dire Wolf buffing the Spring Paw, the weapon, and the hero power.
I mean, he's technically got lethal on board, but
but by no means.
By no means is it the end. No, absolutely.
No, because KillinAllDay can play the Ziliax, and that's a mech, and it says it has rush and it has lifesteal, so
and taunt.
And taunt, so you can attach that to another mech. And he also got the delivery drone hero power, so he can discover a mech. I mean, there's just a million things KillinAllDay can do here. Yeah, and he got generated 3 more mechs. All of those you can magnetize with Ziliax, so he can play like the 4 mana. But there's 2 4 manas. One's a 0/9 taunt, and the other one's a 3/1 that Death Rattle summon 3 microbots, so you can attach Ziliax with those. Yeah, so I definitely see a Ziliax play here, 100%, or at least play the taunt.
Apparently, KillinAllDay did bring a priest. Interesting.
I have not. Oh yes, KillinAllDay brought Just Desserts Priest, or the Nomi Priest, or the Chef Priest, or the Super High Brain Power Priest. So there's the Ziliax. Does he play a mech alongside of it? Yes, he plays the one with 9 HP to generate it lives as long as possible. Throws the Magnetize, gives him both rush.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
That is a big boy with no really good way to actually.
He's probably just going to slam the Zul'jin now.
Yeah, see. You'll get a 4/4.
He'll also get a bunch of 5/5s.
Get a bunch of 5. Yeah, oh, sorry, the 5/5s.
Yeah, Mark Shuttle hit. So he has to decide, does he attack with the 2/1 before or after? Because if he attacks with the 2/1, he's going to gain 3 life. But it looks like he actually killed his own 2/1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fortunate.
So Dire Frenzy on his, not a bad card to Dire Frenzy. Obviously, he would have preferred the 5/5, but it is what it is. Let's see what he mark shots.
Ooh.
That is not a good target for the mark shot.
Nope.
Animal Companion gets the Leok.
Okay.
Another Unleash the Beast. His hand is full now, so he's actually not generating any more cards.
Oh, and he dealt some damage there. Unfortunately, he's not really going to get... Okay, he does get a decent trade there. That's right. Hero Power of Zul'jin. Does that generate a weapon?
No, it's a 2 mana. You can do 2 damage to anything.
Oh, okay.
So instead of like only having to go face, you can pick minions off.
Okay.
So it's powerful, but it's not Gul'dan in the previous.
Or
2 mana, heal 3, heal 3. Yeah.
Know.
Yeah. It's good, but it's not unmanageable from the opposing player. Like Gul'dan before, like it was a 2 mana, deal 3 damage, heal 3 for 2 mana.
Dude, all of Warlock's alternative heroes, what's his name? The 3/15 demon, summon a 6/6 every turn, 2 mana 6.
Lord Draxus.
Lord Draxus, yeah, like Warlock's always had fun alternate heroes.
Yeah. So Warpath, if he uses it,
up
5
to
times
5 damage
to everything.
AoE a turn.
Yeah, but he'll actually use it 2 more times, and then he'll hero power, and then he'll actually be left with 1 or 2 microbots on the board because he has the hero power of 2 mana, summon 3 microbots, and the microbots can trade into the 5/1. Or he could decide to play. He wants to play around Unleash and not summon 1/1s because 1/1s are prone to dying to Unleash. But as we can see in his hand, like he doesn't have. Well, actually, he does have the Scavenging Hyena with Unleash, but like 2 minions, that's not really.
Oh, and all his mechs, of course, have Rush till the end.
Yeah, the Rush mechanic is huge. Milling Scavenging Hyena is kind of a big deal. So we might see language be pretty hyper aggressive here. There's the Tundra Rhino, Scavenging Hyena, Lynx, Spring Paw, trade, and then face with the hero power, the Tundra Rhino, and the Scavenging Hyena. There's no Brawl in KillinAllDay's hand, so. But there is 2 bombs in his deck, so he can play Blastmaster Boom and probably clear up the board.
Ooh.
And also, these have Rush, so he's hitting for 10 with just those 2 minions, and then the 12 with the Tundra Rhino, so he's down to 9.
Well, I mean, he has presented quite an impressive board.
Yeah. So you could slam Boom, you could go Iron Beak Owl. There's a lot of things you can do here. I personally would go out on a limb and go Iron Beak Owl, the 6/4 played Boom, and then hopefully that cleans up the board.
Yeah, that sounds like I was looking at that too. That seems a decent bet.
The other option is to go Shield Slam, look for Brawl. But he already used our Shield Block. I'm sorry, not Shield Slam. But yeah, I definitely see an Iron Beak Blastmaster, or you could go Blastmaster Hero Power down the 6/4 and then attack the 1/1 into it, which would technically do exactly the same thing as the Iron Beak, but maybe even better.
Have any more monsters?
Yeah.
After this match.
Okay.
I'm aching for some energy.
You're aching for some juice.
I need the battery acid.
It really is bad. Oh, top decks the Brawl.
Wow. Okay.
This is a play that's I don't think he's going for the Brawl. I think he's all right. So he trades there. He gets the Microbots from this.
Okay.
They all have Rush, not OP at all. Makes trades. This is a really good play from KillinAllDay. Saves the Brawl, saves the Boom, saves the Iron Beak, utilizes hero power, only leaves 4 damage on board, gain 5 armor.
Okay.
Pretty solid turn.
And there's not a lot of burst damage that's gonna be coming from this without
Kill commands.
I mean, of course.
And Thunder Rhino.
I guess, of course, kill commands are.
Well, I mean, he has 2 trackings, so
true. He could kill command. Oh my god, tracking kill command into. I mean that's game. That's exact damage. Plus
hero power.
Okay, looks like maybe not going for that line of play. Guess they probably still could, but
I mean,
this doesn't guarantee any immediate damage either. So.
Well, I think he's going for more of a value play here. He's putting 2 minions on the board, Cybernetic Chip, give your minions Death Rattle, a random mech. He's pushing 6. He's still putting them down to 8, and it still needs to be answered. So,
yeah, absolutely, and it's harder to answer now too because he's going to generate some value off those if there's some sort of board here.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar. What is that 3-drop that he's
3 mana, 3/3. Shuffle a bomb into your opponent's deck.
Oh, gotcha. Oh boy, is that Tony? That is Tony. Hello, Scarabun. Bun. Let's go with Bun.
Bun.
Dude, the bunny at my house. Someone's Easter bunny ended up in my backyard and then in my front yard, and then my girlfriend and roommate were like playing with it. What a chill bunny. Like hanging out.
I mean, I tried to say hello to the bunny, and the bunny wanted nothing to do with
you
me.
went in like you were like, buddy, let's stab it, let's eat it.
I didn't stab it.
You said, dude,
I said let's
eat it.
Yeah, I said we could eat it. I said we could eat it, not that I wanted to eat it. So we're gonna see how the Boombots land.
1.
That was the lowest roll the Boombot could go. Let's see if it's gonna roll a little bit higher this time.
4. Okay, good clear there. God.
So this is a guaranteed clear.
I'm getting like GVG flashbacks from these.
Yeah, so he could go.
Should he just ping it with hero power here?
Yeah, he should hero power. He should do this and then hit it now because the bomb. Let's say if it hit the guy for 4, it's a waste of 4 damage when you can hero power just cleared up anyway. So he would have missed out on 2 damage there.
Rob, Tony. And I'm Jeff. Man, that's a fucking throwback right there.
Yeah, what up, Gravy? What up, Hentai Prince Senpai Omega?
I'm going to my first paper MTG draft today. Hey, Hentai Prince Senpai Omega, I'm proud of you. Are you doing the War of the Spark draft? I would have to be.
Yeah.
Apparently, people say it is the most powerful, fun, limited event in Magic in a long time. I really want to do a paper draft. I'll probably go next week.
What up, DS Switch? Alright, so he tracking the bomb. So, from what I understand, even if he doesn't pick the bomb will go off. I could be completely wrong. But
what happens if he does pick the bomb? Does he have to pay 5 mana to... Does he pay 5 mana and not actually draw it?
No, I think it just blows up regardless.
Either way, that
So
would
you can
be...
skip the bomb. Okay, my bad. But
That's pretty... Oh, and he skips another bomb.
wow.
That's pretty
That I was
awesome.
lied to.
Wow, that's really cool.
Like, I don't play Hunter, so...
He just saved 10 damage.
He did. He'd be at 16 right now.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so when I played Hunter, I asked chat specifically, I said, if I tracking into a bomb, do I take the damage? And all you guys said yes. So I specifically didn't tracking because I was scared of hitting a bomb and dying. And you all fucking lied to me.
Wow.
You all lied to me, you foreheads. You just like to see me freaking suffer.
Oh, there's that weapon again.
Problem is he has no armor
bombs.
generation.
Yeah, he's looking
Pretty dead.
Yeah, he's looking a little scary, and that'll tie this up at 1-1 if this can't be answered soon.
And none of these are Zilliacs, and none of them have taunt. The Dinomatic does clear off the 4/4, but you know, Unleash the Hound's Timberwolf hero power is game, and he has 2 Timberwolves. So yeah. I mean, the game is literally if KillinAllDay has more than 1 minion next turn, the double Timberwolf Unleash the Hound's hero power is just game. If one of them had taunt, it would be a little bit different. Oh my god, KillinAllDay playing around it. He's only going to do the single minion, and he won't. Wow. He probably won't even attack to play around the explosive trap and the misdirection.
Pretty heads up. I mean, that's some 40
so like,
chess.
Yeah. So Unleash the Hound does the doggo will have 3 attack, and then the hero power will be 2, putting him at 1.
No other direct damage.
Yeah, so if he doesn't attack and he only has the 1 minion, max damage currently in hand. Actually, no, I lied. The double Unleash Timberwolf. I'm sorry, I didn't see.
Oh, never mind.
The mic was in front of the other Unleash in the corner. Okay,
yeah,
my bad.
Mind. Double Unleashed.
Yeah, double Unleash, Timber hero power. Sorry.
Yeah, that's lethal.
Yeah, the mic here, I literally, the last card was cut off.
He doesn't even need hero power.
I mean...
Oh, I mean, I guess he technically... Yeah. And named him.
Game number 2. Bring it up to 1-1.
Yo, I'm here.
Yo, what up, Donkey? What up, James? Alright, so what do we have left? We have KillinAllDay's Warrior and Priest with the Rogue banned out. It's an interesting Rogue ban, because most people are banning Warrior. And then we have Language Hacker's Mage banned out. So the Summoner's Mage coming from Language Hacker's been banned out, which is, in my opinion, one of the best, newest decks. That Summoner's Mage deck is the easiest and best deck to play for those of you who want to utilize the smallest amount of your brain.
I like small brain, except I play control in like mid range. I don't usually play a lot of small brain magic stuff. Sometimes I just want to play big creatures, so mid range can be very small brain sometimes.
Well, I mean, it all depends on like creature to spell ratio. Normally, decks that are more minion centric have less decisions per turn because it's literally what minion do I play and do I attack.
What is my best absolute play that'll set me up for the best next turn?
And it was just minions. But when you have a variety of minions and spells, it's like, do I clear the board? Do I use this to do direct damage? Do I use this to generate value? Do I summon a minion? So
this shaman, what are we looking at here?
Control shaman.
This is the do nothing deck.
I believe this is the control shaman do nothing deck, and KillinAllDay is playing his control warrior. So right now we're gonna have a standoff between 2 decks that literally do nothing.
This should be absolutely riveting.
The thing is though, the warrior normally it does nothing. The bombs allow it to do the damage that the minion. Yes, so that's what the bombs do.
Of course.
So it's like because it lacks decent minions, it makes up for it with bombs.
Who's usually favored in a matchup like this?
I think the warrior has a pretty good advantage.
Just because they might be able to outlive any sort of burst damage that might be done from this. So what is the actual win condition? I've seen the win condition now of Control Warrior. What is the win condition of the Shaman deck?
I'm sorry, my group. Alright. That has nothing to do with Hearthstone. For those of you who are following the stream or all in my YouTube videos, we have the simulation in class, and I finally submitted the most scorched earth review of our teammate today because he actually said he was going to do more work, did nothing. So now he's trying to request access to the work that we did to show the professor, but he can't request access because I requested him to be removed from it, and we all agreed, and the veto voted him out of Google Docs. So now he can't access the work to prove he did any work because he was just going to he's going to be, I did work and take all of our work and post it, but now he doesn't have access. So the professor's going to be like, dude, you never even had access to the Google Docs? So I believe this battle has been won.
Checkmate.
So, and then the group just sent me a message of his email to them.
Whoa, that's a card I haven't seen in a long time. The Armorsmith?
Randomly generated from the
Weaponsmith.
It randomly generated from the lackey. 1 mana, 1/1 lackey, summon a random 2-drop.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I have not seen that
That's
card.
a 2-drop? I thought it was a 1-drop. That card's actually really good. Is that armor guy a 2-drop or a 3-drop, guys? I thought it was a 2-drop. He must have evolved it. Is that actually a 2 mana 1/3? Give your minion +1 attack at the end of the turn every turn. Have we been missing? Is that the goat?
What? There was a deck that used to play it. I think it was a token kind of deck.
It's a 2-drop? Yo, Mackie D, we're putting that in every deck from now on, alright?
Is that a vanilla card? It had to be.
Yeah, it's a vanilla card. Look at the fucking artwork. It sucks.
Well, a majority of the artwork we saw up until like the first couple expansions was reused artwork from the World of Warcraft trading card game that Brian Kibler helped develop. So most of that artwork was like Aviana in Hearthstone is actually one of Aviana's like minions in the trading card game. Little factoid there for you. Funny, usually on Reddit they'll do posts where they talk about like where the art came from and what they were originally. Lord Jaraxxus isn't actually Lord Jaraxxus. It's just one of the infernal like demons.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord Jaraxxus picture is not actually Lord Jaraxxus for Warcraft. Looks a little bit different. It's actually meant for a demon that was in
Tazdingo, dude.
Tazdingo. What the hell has happened so far? There's been a lot of stuff generated and a lot of value that I'm not seeing.
Right. I should be done now.
Why does Mossy Horror look like Scully or Sully from Monsters Inc? Look at that is Sully from Monsters Inc.
That was the Witchwood expansion.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't know anything about Witchwood. Yeah.
Look at this armor smith. Look at this dude work. This is, I'm telling you, the goat, baby.
Dude, the healing totem to heal it back up. What is this dude gonna do?
All right, so chat, armor smith, our armor weapon dude. Play that in your decks from now on. I'm telling you, he's the goat.
We'll leave that one's called weapons.
He's doing work, is what he's doing. For 2 mana, he's very cheap. His artwork sucks, but it'll be all right.
Yeah, they've definitely gone for a more consistent art style with the leader. Remember, like Kill Command's art is fucking terrible.
Yeah, Kill Command.
It's not that it's terrible. It just doesn't match. It doesn't match anything else they've ever done. So it's really weird, like comic book style almost. Oh, okay. So what do we have here from the Shaman? Looking at 5 mana, looks like just going to summon a totem. There has been a lot of nothing going on except for this Armor Smith. The Armor Smith has been, or Weaponsmith has been, very exciting.
Yes. I mean, this is just like a bunch of like, this is basically like 2 giant wet paper bags slapping each other in the face.
It's not even, they're just like kind of like mushing towards each other and occasionally meeting in the wind.
That's like, yeah, they're just like
moving.
And then like the occasional like it'll like rub it and then it'll just,
and then like a gust will come and that'll be like one of the bombs going off, right?
Yeah. The casual gust will be a bomb. But besides that, I mean this matchup is basically gonna come down to the fatigue, and as we can see, the card in the Shaman's hand, the 8 mana card, it's an 8 mana 7/7. It says Battle Cry. Basically, put 10 cards in your deck. You discover 5 cards, and it puts 2 copy of each. So it extends your fatigue 10 cards for 1.
That's
and then
powerful.
The Warrior, I don't know if KillinAllDay is running this card, but it's going to come down to basically fatigue, and then like the player who doesn't have that card needs to push pressure, because the person who does can just sit back and do nothing.
We see Dr. Boom.
Yeah. And the bombs are the pressure. And if the Shaman deck is also running the Shudder can actually replicate the Archivist's Battle Cry and shuffle an additional 10 cards after the 10 cards, so he gets 20 cards.
Oh, Cyndia, that's right. Okay, I remember reading that card.
So KillinAllDay does not have the Archivist, which means the Shaman is actually at an advantage in fatigue. So the Warrior is really going to have to play aggressive with these bombs and try to, like, you know, make sure he does as much damage as he can before fatigue happens, because the Warrior will lose this matchup.
Gotcha. I like this card. I think it's a well-designed card. This 4 mana 5/5 on the first turn with Rush. I think it's pretty interesting. And then it loses it, you know?
Well, I mean, it's meant for an initial clear of a bigger minion, and if it clears a smaller...
okay body.
Yeah.
I think it's a well-designed card. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. The worst part about it is it's not a mech.
Yeah, oh, if it was a mech, that'd be really cool.
Well, it's not even for the rush aspect. It's just for the magnetize abilities. It's for, you know, if you play Dinomatic, it's going to take some damage.
Right.
Like, granted, like, too many mechs is bad because it's just too good. So definitely had to spread it out a little bit. Plus, it's not really from Boomsday, I don't think.
Sure.
Yeah, it's definitely not from Boomsday.
What is that 2-mana spell?
The Tar Creeper Sweeper. It was.
What is the Witch's... What is that? Witch's something in the Shaman's Hand?
Witch's Brew. It's a card that should say Echo and it doesn't.
Oh, that card.
2-mana, heal 4. You can repeat it.
It's weird that they didn't make Echo an evergreen text. Like an evergreen mechanic.
Hagatha's in hand for the Shaman. The Shaman's actually looking really good this game. He's got the Hagatha in hand. He's got the Arc Fist in hand. He's got the board. He's still at 30 life. The Warrior only has 5 cards in hand, even though Boom is going to be dropped next turn. Also, we'll probably see KillinAllDay hold back on using shield blocks, to be honest. Unless he absolutely has to generate armor to use Shield Slam, because again, the first person to get to that fatigue is going to have to use the Archivist. So the longer you can pull back from getting to the point where you'll need to use Archivist, the longer in fatigue that you actually have.
How many hero powers does Boom have?
5 or 6. He has the Zap, which is the deal 3 damage. He has the deal 1 damage to everything. Correct. He has Microbots. He's got Delivery Drones, and he has Armor.
Okay.
So I believe 5. If I missed it, 5. Right, chat? Twitch chat OP.
Okay. Agatha can evolve once a turn, is that correct?
That was the old. That was Thrall.
So
Hagatha says when you play a minion, it's a very non-RNG effect, Hagatha here. When you play a minion, you randomly get any shaman spell in the class. Absolutely. I mean, you can calculate these things out to a T, Tony. You could be like, randomly generate me this and this and this. And you know, half the time you need a hex, so you just randomly get generated. Look, so he just randomly generated another Witch's Brew. So now he's got 3 brews.
Brew, dude.
Brew, dude.
Brew.
So he basically has 3 Reno Jacksons in his hand.
I wish I just knew these decks just a little bit better so I could kind of offer some more insight, but unfortunately, I can kind of gauge what the Warrior's doing. I have no idea how the Shaman operates. First time seeing it.
As you can see, he's not really doing anything.
True.
He's got 3 Renos in his hand. He has a card that extends him out 10 cards in fatigue that he can never play. He has Lightning Storm, which clears like 1 minion.
Yeah.
He has a draw spell, which he doesn't want to use because of fatigue. He has a Lightning Bolt, which could kill this 3/2. But and then he has the Walking Fountain, which is the 8 mana card to the almost very left. It's an 8 mana 4/8. It has Rush and Lifesteal and Wind Fury. One of the newest, best Shaman cards available. It's basically a heal 8.
That is
and a huge body.
Okay, but is it vanilla WoW?
Let's come hey.
I was talking to my brother. I got my brother all hyped up for vanilla WoW.
Dude, you talk about vanilla WoW with anybody and you get him
He's
hyped
like,
up.
oh, they're just gonna go back to the content. I'm like, no, I don't think you understand. It is what you played in 2004 to 2007 with updated visuals. That is it. He's like, wait, like hunters with mana and bows? And I'm like, yes, everything. He's super hyped. Okay, discovering a spell here.
Haunting Visions. The key is to Haunting Visions into Haunting Visions to juke the opponent into thinking you may not exactly have Haunting Visions anymore. But the thing is, you actually have Haunting Visions the whole time. That's key.
Absolutely. But wouldn't you casting a Haunting Vision?
That's what happened. He has a Haunting Visions now. It's on the right side of his hand.
He should have played it.
Well, then his opponent will know he has another Haunting Visions. The key is to let them not know that you actually found another one.
And he's got the 1 mana generate 3 cards. That's so sick.
Only at 10 mana though.
I know, but it's a good late game tool.
Oh yeah, it's one.
Especially if you have a mech based deck where you kind of have some synergies.
And it's not random at all because it randomly puts 3 in your hands. You could get like 3 really good ones or 3 really bad ones. It has nothing to do with RNG.
Right, of course. I mean, it's not like he just got another Ziliax.
No, not at all. And it's not like
Ziliax in this matchup really isn't that crazy.
I mean, he can still heal. I mean,
it's still good, but it's not like
it's the best single card in this format right now. That card is played in over 50% of all decks on ladder, and it is found in every deck, including aggro, mid range, and control.
Second Ziliax. I mean, that's powerful.
So there's the Haunting Visions that he was really keeping a secret.
All
right, let's see if we can get another Haunting Visions. Another haunting. This is key to
What the hell did
optimal
they
play
keep popping up?
because he's clicking hide to look at the board state. But I'm really thinking the third haunting visions is it's really what's gonna wrap this matchup into a nice Christmas package. So when finally it gets open, Santa Claus and everybody in
It's
the
the
family.
mind games.
Yeah,
It's true.
no,
mind
it's
games.
haunting visions, Tony. No games, visions.
Visions of games. He did it. No, he didn't.
No, are you kidding me? He didn't pick the third. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, that brawl gonna come in real. He should pop it off right now.
You actually
Fine.
can't even use
I
ball with
know,
a single
it's
minion
so
on the board.
fucking good. Oh, and Magic, it's great. You can be like, I clear the board. 5 mana, destroy all creatures.
He's got to play something because I believe his hand has 10 cards in it, and he really doesn't want to play anything because he doesn't want to kill the 0-3 because the 0-3 is drawing cards for his opponent. And so he's going to kaboom here, and he'll have to just throw out this minion here just to throw something on the table. I don't even think he'll use it to trade. No, he doesn't even trade into the 0-2 because he knows his opponent drawing minions or drawing cards is good. Because currently, Laughing or Language is at 10 cards. KillinAllDay is at 15, which means technically 5, like, he has a 5-card lead over having to use the Archivist, which gives KillinAllDay more time to be able to, you know, try to win the game.
These control matchups are so big brain, but it's so boring. It's like control versus control in Magic can be real, like Esper control versus Esper control, like at the Mythic Invitational that we were watching. It's like sometimes it gets real big brain, but a lot of times just like, ugh.
And that's exactly why he didn't attack. You know, the Hex caused him to draw the other Hag at this scheme, putting him at 9 instead of 15 now, or 9 instead of 10. Lightning Storm, we'll see if he has another 4 mana. He does not, so there's no 4 mana. Like, so basically that card says when you use a spell, draw a spell in your deck that costs 1 more. Okay. So since he used a 4, he drew a 5. He used a 3 but didn't have a 4 because he already has the other Hex in his hand.
Gotcha.
So
Hex is 4 mana now? Is it always 4 mana?
No, it was nerfed to 4. It was originally 3.
Okay, I thought so.
Matches Polymorph now.
Hmm.
So we could just see the bomb come out from the KillinAllDay. We also could see him use the Elic with the bomb. But when you're playing against the control matchup, so this is my opinion on the matter. When playing against another control deck and you're running the Bomb Warrior and you have the time to wait, I prefer using the Elic when you can do 2 bombs in a single turn. So you shuffle 4 bombs in their deck, maximizing damage per Elic and per bomb, because rushing to do it doesn't really matter because you have the time anyway. And as you can see, he has plenty of time. So he's probably waiting to find the, you know, the 3 mana 3/3. He's maybe waiting for the wrench.
From what we understand, KillinAllDay does not run Elysiana.
Yeah. Says Mackie D.
Yes, according to Mackie D.
The Thunderhead, whenever you play Overload. Oh, another Witching Brew. So now he has 4 Reno Jacksons. That's much better than 3, and it's double 2. So he's going to randomly put a legendary in his opponent's hand from killing that. He has Shrivala. Not actually a bad card to play. Granted, it does cost 19 mana. So
can you explain that card? Because I'm looking at 19 mana and I'm very concerned.
Alright, so Shrivala gets discounted by the amount of spells you play. So if he plays a Brawl, it goes down by 5. He plays another Brawl, it goes down by another 5. Eventually the card...
What does it originally start with?
25.
Oh, gotcha.
So there's a Paladin deck.
It goes down by the mana cost of the spells you play.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Not the amount of spells, but the mana cost.
Yeah, sorry. The mana cost of the spells you play, yeah. So there's a Paladin deck that runs, and that card, and you Holy Wrath your opponent for 25 in the face, because you can actually shuffle that card back in your deck. And then its mana cost is 25, so when you Holy Wrath, it just shits on their face.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Is Ziliax on the in the hand for Language?
I mean, he has so much healing, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
He has so many brews.
He is sitting pretty. He'll be a 30.
Randomly generated the 2 mana, bring a minion back to life, which in combination with the Walking Fountain is incredible. He decides to use it on Ziliax. That's fine, because his hand was full anyway, and he had no other card to play besides Witch's Brew, which I would have preferred to see a Witch's Brew, honestly, rather than that spell. Because
he's only got 4. He's got to really be careful with this.
I would much rather put the Resurrect on my 4/8 with Wind Fury. I didn't really like this play from Language at all. I would have much rather... he has so much bruise that, like, dude, get that 4-8 to stick. That's 8 damage a turn, plus 8
Drawing a
lifesteal.
rush creature. I mean, they are max on hand.
Yeah, I mean, neither player really wants to do anything here. He's just going to try to make the best optimal clears as he can. He throws out the Crowley, trades his 1-1 in, gets the Divine Shield down. Crowley grows, uses the 1-2 to trade into the 0-1.
Just trying to get his big. I mean, he can push some damage next turn, but still not.
He knows it won't stick because of shield slams. Well, you got to get the shield slams out eventually. Like, you got to. The spell was free from Hagatha anyway, so, like, why not?
So it looks like he's gonna just clear board here.
Yeah. There'd be no reason for him not to clear board here.
Yep.
Well, I mean, he could technically play the Slurper first, but then he would be killing off his own Slurper when he schemes, and he already has another scheme in his hand. So, and he already has also a Hex for single target removal, and plus he can just randomly generate some more.
We're gonna see a Slurp here.
I would not mind seeing a little Slurp action. He could also hold it because he does have 9 cards in his hand. He technically doesn't need to play anything, but the Slurp allows him to basically randomly generate a card and see what he's working with sooner rather than later.
What's up, Bob Ho? 8308. How you doing today? It is I.
He's gonna herd the Slurper because he knows it's just gonna probably die anyway. Ooh, I wonder if this is when we're gonna see the Elec play.
Oh, because he can get some good Elec value.
Well, actually, no, I lied, because the Elec with the Seafoam Bomber and the weapon cost too much mana.
Yeah.
So he actually just might develop the weapon here, not attack with it, and he'll actually do the triple bomb in one turn, because he could go with the Elec, the Seafoam. No, that's actually 11 mana. All right, never mind. Disregard.
Okay, so Government.
He'll probably go with Mega Devastator. The card's amazing. 4 mana, 4/5. If you have 10 mana, deal 10 damage.
Oh, 4 mana, 4/5, kill a creature. Got it.
Yeah. He's using Warpath to clean up his hand. Warpath in this matchup because the Shaman doesn't really do anything.
Right.
You don't need to clear off little minions because they don't have little minions. Yo, Chad, imagine if he
Couldn't he have Warpath one more time just to start reducing the mana cost of that? He had Echo. He could have done that.
Tony with the plays.
So he left 2 mana open.
It could his Shrivala could cost 15 right now. This is why Tony's here.
I may not be a Hearthstoner, but I'm a definite Magic player.
You see this, chat? This is the plays that Tony provides. A 15 mana Shrivala is much better than a 17 mana Shrivala. Says math.
We'll see if that actually comes into play. If it comes to a point where if it was 2 mana cheaper to help him out, then
that was it. All right,
I wouldn't have gotten any of these other plays correct, but I would have gotten that one.
Yeah, that's lit. Whoever makes it this far in the video on YouTube, I want to see Tony 200 IQ, please, in the comment section below. I need it. He needs it. He deserves it. Going to Taco Bell after this.
That 200 IQ getting drained by this monster.
Yo, he might go with the double bomb here. Well, it's actually a quadruple bomb. But no. Why didn't he play the Elec? Yeah. What is going on? Why'd you not Elec? Ooh.
I don't know. That's interesting.
There's the Shudder. So not only does he play the Archivist, he also plays the Shudder, which means this Shaman never goes into fatigue. The Shaman's deck will always be filled with bullshit.
Yeah, Shudder is Shudder's still a problem card?
No.
It was the cards from what? Was it Witchwood that made that really annoying?
So it was a combination of battle cries that you could play to then play the Shudder, and you would only have to play the Shudder. You could play the cards in any order through the entire match. The key was to just play the Shudder after all of that before stuff, with no order, and you would just win the game. So people were like, Rob, you play Shudder in your control deck. I thought you hated the card. You lied to us. What are you doing? It's like, no. Shudder is fine as a value generation tool. When you play Shudder in this deck, you don't just win the game. He just doesn't kill your opponent in one turn. He does, he generates some cards, he clears the board. He's good, but he's not the point of the deck. He's a single piece of a locomotive which moves the train forward, but he is not the locomotive itself.
Or locomotive.
Or loco.
You remember when we split a 4 loco? That was horrible.
Yes.
Just sorry. I had Vietnam flashbacks to some of our Rob and I's clubbing days.
He wants to save the Elec for a turn where you can go Elec, double Clockwork, swing with weapon. Okay, so he was waiting for the double Clockwork. So what I was thinking was Elec, Clockwork, or Elec, Bomber, trade. But if he's going for the double Bomber and the weapon, then that also makes sense.
Okay, I can see that.
But he also could have just, played all that and then waited for the Seafoam after that, but I guess if he played it out of his hand anyway, it made the most sense.
Just dropping down his Ziliax here. He should have brawled us.
Okay, so he's waiting for the 6-bomb combo. So there's a single bomb, he takes the 5. You know, it's not like he has a lot of healing in his hand or anything like that.
Yeah, you can go right back up to 30, can't you?
Oh, yeah, easily. Here comes the Walking Fountain. Wouldn't it be nice if he could have Ancestral Spirited this Walking Fountain, chat? It would have been good.
Oh, man, that would have been insane.
Oh, Mutate's really good. Another high roll. So he's going to attack Ziliax twice, and he's going to mutate it, and mutate it turns it into a minion that's 1 mana higher. So normally this card would basically be dead next turn. He's going to go ahead and turn it into his 9-drop for 0 mana.
Mutate just evolves?
Yeah, it evolves once for 0 mana.
Oh, okay.
The card in itself is shit, but randomly generating it makes it quite good.
Yeah.
Especially in this situation where you have a 4/2 8-drop that's going to die. But now it could turn into a Ysera. It could turn into a Ysera.
I mean, 8 mana turning into a 9 mana, there's a lot of big 9 mana.
Yeah.
I mean, like Ysera.
Like Ysera.
Oh, man, I love Ysera.
He's not using Mutate.
Interesting. What? Because he has a weapon right there. He's just going to attack.
And he's going to overdraw. He has 10 cards in his hand. Oh! If he's been calculating the amount of cards left in his deck could be full of bombs. So if he doesn't use the card, him drawing the bomb would overdraw the bomb, canceling the effect of the bomb.
Is that true?
Yes. If you have 10 cards in your hand, you draw a card, the card is automatically discarded. It just dies. Yeah, so Mackie D just pointed out, which is exactly what I just said.
Burn the bombs. Interesting.
So, but he would have had to track all the cards that he knows that are in his deck and all the bombs that are currently left in the deck.
I mean, he's down to 3 cards, and he's drawn 1 bomb. How many bombs put in? 3?
I thought only 1 bomb has been put in. He played 1 Seafoam Bomber, and that's it all game.
Didn't he already play one of the weapons?
I think that was the previous game. I thought this was the first weapon. Because he hasn't attacked with it
You're
all
possibly
games.
Correct. I have not been... Oh, that's a pretty desperate roll. But...
Well, I mean, he's just getting cards out of his hand.
And lowering Chevalier.
Oh, shit, he actually won that.
Wow. That's, I mean, hey.
Chevalier would cost 10. It would actually be playable right now. All right, so if this isn't a bomb, then he should have mutated. So he did... Hey, all right. The play was not as good as what it could have been. Also, imagine if it would have had Ancestral Spirit. It could have came back to life. Not only that, he could have mutated it and then Ancestral Spirited the Ysera that we would have gotten out of there. And then he wouldn't have been able to use Brawl because there would have been no minions, so he would have had to use a different spell like Shield Slam. And if he would have used Shield Slam, he wouldn't have removal for the later stuff when he also plays 8-mana 7/7. I mean, this is just a rabbit hole.
You know, and then you get the randomly get the pre-spell that makes it 12/12. You know, you make it its attack,
and then Deathwing,
and then give it quadruple Wind Fury, and then OTK right there. I don't know any combination of cards that would do that, but it could happen,
dude. It could be there, dude. Chevalier could cost 10 mana right now.
Chevalier could cost 10 mana right now.
The possibilities.
Would that even be a play right now?
Absolutely. He has no other play right now. He has nothing to play besides playing Ziliax.
Yeah.
I mean, he could play Omega Devastator, but I think Ziliax is the only play that really, like, all the other plays have, like, merit to them. Now the question is, does he hero power? And he doesn't. The reason being, it wasn't, oh, another Licky's gone. So he missed out on both his weapons. That's what I call it. I call that weapon a Lickitung or a Licky.
Oh, man.
Because it's literally a toad sticking.
I always figured Lickitung is one of the original Pokemon. For some reason, it looks like it should be a Johto Pokemon from Gen 2.
It's Licky.
Yeah, I know, but...
Omega Defender. Earth Elemental.
Earth Elemental's good.
Well, he's picking them, and then after 5, it'll put 2 copies of each. Earth Elemental. Earth Elemental. Earth Elemental. He picked Witch's Apprentice, the card that gives him a random spell.
Ooh, Harrison Jones?
He doesn't really want to draw. But he also doesn't want to give his player... Oh my god, a Mechathune! Baby! I mean, this is... What the fuck? I mean, I personally like Mechathune. It's just a giant minion.
Can't attack unless you have spell damage.
Alexstrasza. He also could go Megamind, but Alexstrasza.
He picked
Those were some really high level...
All right, we're gonna see
cards
here.
Nor's Dormu. So now KillinAllDay has to play very quickly. So Those are
Oh,
some
here.
weird picks.
Yeah, we're easily gonna be able to pick it off here. With
Yeah, yeah. Omega Devastator says no problem. And then we're gonna definitely see a hero power here because that's a 7 armor hero power. It's called Blast Shield.
Oh,
2 mana gains 7.
that's pretty good. Damn, 2 mana gain 7. That's so good. This
Witch's
guy
Apprentice gives 2 free spells. The problem with that is his hand has 10 cards in it. He doesn't need more spells. What he needs is big, thick minion to have this warrior consistently use its removal on the minions. So eventually the warrior runs out of steam because the warrior doesn't run Archivist. You don't need more spells. You got plenty of spells. When you got raspberries, you want blueberries. What do? You bury more blueberries. You don't make more raspberries. You forehead.
When you got raspberries and want blueberries?
Yeah, you can get more blueberries.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you swapped your berries, and I'm like, when you want blueberries, but need raspberries, you plant more blueberries.
No. Raspberries. You have plenty. You need the blueberries. You bury the blueberries. So think of blueberries as minions and raspberries as spells. Easy, chat. Now I want a blueberry muffin.
Blueberry muffins are very good.
I feel bad for YouTube because we can't actually play the music. So like during our down times when we're like just watching the game, they have like Twitch chat has this nice soothing "Say my name" feat Ondasta. I know it's not Ondasta, but I looked over and
Odessa.
yeah. But Ondasta.
Yeah, and YouTube is just like
silence.
Especially during this game where we just have to like shit post the whole time to keep ourselves from going crazy and watching this.
He wants a full hand to mill bombs. KillinAllDay will lose in fatigue. Yeah, but like it. So think about this. Your hand has 10 cards in it. You draw a minion. You play the minion. You randomly generate a spell. Your hand still has 10 cards in it, but you've also played a minion. The other option is not playing a minion, having a spell. Would you rather have a minion on the battlefield and a full hand, or a full hand and no minion on the battlefield?
Are we finally going to see Alec Bomb nonsense? Probably not. I was still not enough mana to really do much with that.
You know what I mean?
He was about to play the 5 mana bomb generator. Field Slam. Easy 25 damage. Shield Slam is one of the best removal spells ever printed.
I like Shield Slam.
Of course, very situational, but I mean, for a control warrior, 1 mana can just kill a creature.
Very good. Tomasi Horde is going to clean up the frog and generate another spell randomly.
God, Tomasi Horde's pretty
Spirits. So, and then even if Mackie D, he puts a bunch of 6 bombs in his deck, all he does is play Shudder, and he gets all of the bombs out of the deck because it re-triggers the Archivist effect. So regardless, it really, like, if he ever has to play cards to kill stuff, then the Apprentice can give you 0 out of 10. Okay, well, I'm not saying the Apprentice was a bad pick, but he picked, like, a bunch of subpar, I don't know. I got what you're saying, though. And he still has the Sludge Guy in his hand, too, so even if he has to use the Hex, he just plays Sludge Guy, it generates him, like, a Lackey, and the Lackey can generate a spell, too. So there's multiple ways for him to generate 2-for-1s, regardless of the pick he picked.
That Shirvala is almost playable.
Oh, that Shirvala would be 9 mana right now. So there's the Seafoam. He has the double Clockwork in his hand. So this is the 6-bomb combo. He's swinging with weapon, puts another... My group, we've split in my group into a section with Alfonso and a section without Alfonso, and people are mixing them up and texting with the one he's in there, and they're like, lol, can't cheat on the work, and Alfonso's like, I can see that.
Oh my god. That is both like cringe-inducing and absolutely hilarious.
Oh my god.
I can't believe I'm drinking a monster. What the hell's wrong with me?
I don't know, dude.
I needed it.
If you haven't drank a monster in a while, this is gonna fucking lit your
I mean, I've been drinking. Actually, I've been off the energy drinks for a while. I haven't had like.
I haven't had like any Red Bulls in a while. I haven't even been drinking any drinks in a long time.
I don't even drink stimulants anymore. Caffeine? What is that?
No wonder you're able to spot the Shirvala play. You're fucking tweaking out of your mind. That motherfucker should be like 2 minutes.
Complete it. Powering down.
And user is offline.
So much health. Repeatable this turn, triggering Reddit everywhere. Boom.
All right. Well, oh, another caliber. Is he? I wonder. Is he probably will wait until the second Archivist, which means KillinAllDay won't play any of the bombs until Shutter is played, so he guarantees the fact that all the bombs are in and he can't get rid of them.
Because the Activist replaces your deck. Okay.
So there's
it's a replacement effect.
All right, so there's two plays he could have done here. He either waits till after all the replacements can be made, then fills the deck with bombs, and then Language Hacker, all he has to do is just have 10 cards in hand, and then he'll never draw any of the bombs. Or the other play was to, after the first Archivist, fill the deck with bombs, and then force the Shutter earlier, so he uses both Archivists not consistently and not for full value, or Language at that point would have to willingly overdraw every turn on the first Archivist play. So there's two ways he could have played this out. Both have like kind of the same effects, just one is sooner rather than later.
Oh, Arcane Watcher. What the hell is Arcane Watcher? Can attack unless you have spell damage?
What was the last thing? Yeah. So I don't know why those were picked. There was different things he could play with it, at least be utilized. This is like,
yeah, like
you can't use that at all.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Just for the body, but I mean...
Well, Language Hacker doesn't have to technically draw. Like, it's up to Language depending on when he draws. Because he could just play spells and then he draws, or he just doesn't play anything or plays a minion and then he doesn't draw either.
But he picked the Mage, which does have spell damage.
Oh, yeah, he picked Dalaran Mage. That's why he picked Dalaran Mage. But who's going to say the Dalaran Mage isn't going to stick? Alright, so now, KillinAllDay out of cards. Decisions need to be made here.
Drop that 10 mana. It could be 8 mana.
You know what could have been an out? Finding Mecha'thun for KillinAllDay. Because Mecha'thun says when you have no cards in your hand and no cards in your deck, and it dies, you win.
Right.
So, if we can look at Language Hacker's hand, there's no hexes. All the hexes have been used.
Right, which means eventually he'll just keep trading until it dies. And
yes. So, Mecha'thun is an out for KillinAllDay. And he has enough life total to like not die soon.
Right.
So. Another Clockwork Goblin. It's hard to empty the hand. Well, you know, he's at a severe disadvantage right now. You gotta play the outs. And the out is right now what looks to be Mecha'thun. Like, Language still has 10 more cards he could put in his deck. I mean, technically, Language could draw 4 bombs right here and die. Oh, never mind. His hand's full. So, yeah, like, how does Language lose this? Mecha'thun is like his only out.
Mecha'thun is pretty...
Language also has double Bloodlust.
Ooh, yeah, that's... I mean, he doesn't have a terrible amount of presence on board. Right now, those things can't even attack, so double Bloodlust not really doing much for him for a while. But Bloodlust used to be 4 mana? Always 5.
Bloodlust was always 5 mana.
Okay.
I think you're thinking of Savage Roar. It's a 3 mana. Increase the attack by 2.
Right, because
Bloodlust is plus 3.
Don't worry, I remember the Force of Nature Savage Roar days.
This has been like a 45-minute match.
Yeah, it's been really long.
This is why people ban Warrior. Because imagine playing 3 of these. And imagine it going to 5 games. So imagine playing 5 of these. That's just one match when they do 6 of these a day. That's insane. Player fatigue would be real. After this game, I'm tired. I'm ready for a nap. I need Taco Bell or sushi, which we'll have soon.
What is overkill if you do over the minimum damage to kill?
So if if the minion has 5 attack and you kill a minion with 4 HP, you've overkilled it by 1.
Gotcha.
If you have 5 HP, 5 attack, no overkill.
So if he had done, so I said, overkill by 2. All right,
So it was 2 damage overkill. So he basically needs to hit something with 1 HP.
Right. And
unless there's spell power.
And then you get a basic totem.
Yeah.
Would he then get 2? Is it for each time he overkills, or just overkill in general?
Overkill in general.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that mechanic.
Well, laughing or language. I keep calling him laughing. I'm just gonna call him Hacker.
There you go.
Hacker has 8 cards in hand, which means he can technically draw bombs, and this is where it seems to be Killin is playing a couple bombs here. Making room for the Omega Assembly. See if we get a Mecha'thun. No Mecha'thun. So he's gonna have to he's down to getting Mecha'thun off a delivery drone. Or he could get Mecha'thun off of the Viva Pinata.
Viva.
Which is that card, that 4-mana card next to in the top right.
Dalaran Mage.
So now these 5s can attack, which obviously makes sense.
Relevant.
Now. Yeah.
Relevant.
I mean, 5 damage, that's 10 damage you didn't have before. Granted that 1/4 is going to die next turn.
Yeah.
There's 2 of them in the deck. Eureka could pull out best case Shudder, worst case 2/3. It's a 50-50. No RNG at all. Flip the coin.
But if he summons, so he still gets to the battle cry, correct?
No.
Oh.
He gets the low roll, no 6/6. Yo, what up, Piper? Fatigue of 2. Next turn it'll be 3. Following turn it'll be 4.
I don't remember, Rob. Does fatigue reset once cards are added back into the deck? You add a card, you add decks, you add cards, you go back down. Fatigue does not reset.
It'll pick up, no. It'll pick up where it's left off.
Okay.
Fatigue remembers. Fatigue does not forget.
I didn't think so. I just wanted to be sure. That's a lot of bombs.
You could say he's trying to go out with a bang.
You could say that, but that'd be really corny, Rob.
All right, good thing I didn't say that.
Okay, 1 picks off. It's with 2. Nope.
I mean, he's going for his only outs here, and that's just to pump as much damage as he can.
Bomb.
All right, so he just needs to draw 5.
Just 5 bombs in a row.
2. I don't think there's 5 bombs in the deck, though. There might be 4.
No. All right. What do you think he should do?
I mean, heal and clear board, which he can do that. So the Hagathis scheme does clear. You're supposed to have lifesteal, which means he can use lightning bolt, or he can heal the full with this.
Oh, Hagathis. Okay, I was like,
yeah.
What is
clear
that?
and heal.
Okay, well, that's one way to do it.
Yeah, heal the full, clear the board. Like I said, multiple.
I forgot what Hagathis scheme did. 16 damage, everything. Pretty good.
Well, I mean, it grows every turn.
Right. I will say one thing about Hearthstone is you can have cool effects like that. And I mean, in Magic, I guess you could too. You would just have the card exiled with picking up out of that because there'd be no other way to manage that in a game like Magic. But
Viva Pinata is effectively hitting the board.
Weaponized Pinata.
I mean, look at that picture.
It is pretty fucking memey. There's that Dalaran Mage.
I see an Omega Assembly hidden, or not Omega, whatever it's called. The 4 mana, it's going to be a 10/6 with Taunt. It's going to be a big boy. Big boy. You also could just play the Rain of Toads, but I like playing the big Taunt minion here. Or you can play both. You can play Rain of Toads and the big Taunt minion. So there's the Omega Defender. We'll see. He probably play the minion first to see what he randomly generates, and then from there. The card actually sees no play.
I mean, a 4 mana 12/6, pretty good sometimes.
He gets the worst spell he could possibly get.
Protecting Might. That's pretty bad.
Oh my god, he generates Earthshock. So now KillinAllDay doesn't even have a way to get the Mecha'thun because he silenced Viva Pinata. So Viva Pinata has been effectively, it has nothing inside.
He is empty. There's no candy for the children. Burning a lightning bolt. I mean, I guess.
Doesn't matter. He just wants to kill it. Because if he didn't kill that, he could have hero powered, traded, and then the 12/6 dies. The 12/6 he wants to hit.
Why not Rockbiter weapon instead? So you can save it for 4 damage face in case it's kind of like a 1-point thing.
He's probably maybe saving Rockbiter for maybe sort of Wind Fury. You also can just save it to. They both do 3 damage. One of them's a spell. One of them's that can be
Oh,
applied
it is
to
3.
him.
That is my. I for some reason I thought Rockbiter might be
Yeah,
2.
both
Okay,
of them are 3
okay.
damage.
I
One
guess
can
that
be
makes
applied
sense.
to a minion. Regardless, it's still burst.
Gotcha.
And Rockbiter works better with
Maybe
Wind Fury.
I was maybe thinking Lava Burst doing 4 damage.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Lava Burst does 5 damage. 3
5
mana
damage.
5, Overload 2.
Overload 2. Get all my spells mixed up. It's been too long.
Yeah, so like Bloodlust, Rockbiter, Wind Fury. I mean, that's just really good combo.
Chat's probably listening to me like, what the fuck is this guy saying?
Yes, Hypernova. Bom Bom. Goes boom. Omega. There's the Shudder.
There comes the Shudder.
The Shudder's going to do a whole lot of things. He should have probably played the Totemic Might, to be honest, just to get it out of his hand to generate as much value as possible. Jesus.
Also, make sure he doesn't have too many cards. Oh, I guess he would have calculated how many cards he'd have. He puts his spells back at 10 for this, so in case he does like a big bomb play, he won't draw into a bunch. I guess that it could be a reason he kept himself at 10.
Yeah. That's a very low value Shudder.
Let's see what happened here. Very, just a couple things, really.
Just a few.
Brawl, okay. Watch the 16 live.
I guess he didn't play to keep his hand full, like you said. It's the only way he loses.
Best case scenario there.
Yeah, for the Brawl, yeah.
And
So now his hand is full. Now he can just play the Omega Defender again. Puts a spell in his hand. There's not really any downside to this at all.
Right.
Yo, what up, Sam?
I'm gonna copy of a random minion.
Probably gonna summon a 1/1. High roll.
Got a
Summon
2/6.
the 2/6 this time.
Knows he's played both brawls
It's
already.
weird because he's like playing to not having a full hand, and then now he's playing to like his hand still isn't full now. You know what I mean? Like it's not consistent.
Right. Like it's not the game plan he's trying to strike.
Yeah, like before he made sure he had a full hand, and now he did Eureka, so now his hand isn't full. So now he could technically die. He's like leaving himself open to dying here. Like that he could potentially draw all 6 bombs and die right here. He actually only needs to draw 5 bombs.
Right.
And this is the best out that KillinAllDay had. This is exactly what he's been waiting for. If he draws all 5 bombs right here, he actually just loses because of the play. So, we'll see. I mean, this was the whole reason he's waited so long.
Well, he just put in 6 bombs, right?
Yeah. So there's 1 bomb. If he gets 5, he loses. That's 25 damage.
Okay.
Now,
still has healing too, so now
now he can heal and interrupt. And now with only having he drew 1 bomb, right? So now there's only 5 bombs in the deck, which means he technically
just never burn out now.
He never can do 30 damage in 1 turn. Or he could just literally language could just not play anything, and he'll die to KillinAllDay will die to fatigue. There's nothing left in his deck. Just whatever Dr. Boom provides, and Hacker's Hand is more than enough. I don't know why he opened him up to like that. Like he could have just lost the game. Everything he's worked for, he just loses because he wanted to Eureka for an extra 2/6.
Right.
And most of the time it's a 1/1 because he had 2 1/1s in his hand, or a 2/6. Like,
right.
It was not good. I did not like that.
Yeah, that could have very easily been 5 bombs in a row.
Especially when your deck only has 10 cards
if you were playing, it would have been 5 bombs.
Oh, yeah. His deck only had 10 cards in it. So,
yeah.
Or actually 9 cards. He milled 1. So it was 9 cards and 6 bombs.
It's really not that...
I mean, it's pretty unlucky and unlikely.
But it's not like 5 out of 30 or 5 out of 20.
People will go for 1%. It was higher than 1%. No, it was most assuredly not higher than 1%. Never mind. To draw 5 bombs in a row with only 9 cards left, that's like... Maybe... It's probably like 1/3 of a percent.
Think so?
Don't try to do that math in your head.
I'm not. Yeah, it's hurting me already.
Yeah, 9 cards, 6 bombs, need to draw 5 in a row. And it's already less than 50%. So, like, it's like 35%. So, like 35% divided, and then multiplied that
6
by...
6 out of 9?
Yeah, so he had, like, 9 cards in the deck. He shuffled 6 bombs in.
Oh, I thought
so
6 out of the 9 were bombs. That's why I was
no.
That would have been much higher chance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was 15 cards in the deck. 9 being
then you're correct.
Cards.
That is probably under 1%.
Yeah, it's probably like a 1/3 of a percent, like a 30% of a percent.
But it's Hearthstone. I mean, sometimes that.
Oh yeah, you got to go for it, of course. And if it's me, hell yeah, the game's gonna be like fuck Rob. He's drawing all these motherfuckers. I drew all 3 candles in 1 turn after my opponent played the darkness and won. And then I shadow visioned and couldn't find a shadow of ward death when there's only 4 spells in my deck.
There's really
It's a
no,
highlight. It's real.
There's really no real.
No, I mean they're playing for $250,000, so like
They're gonna play it out.
play it out. But like he could still. I mean, KillinAllDay could still win. He can still delivery drone into Mecha'thun. And he would basically kill language in 3 turns because 10 damage 3 times, or he would trade into minions. The game is not over. He could get delivery drone. It's a real possibility.
Oh, guys, animation.
But just saying, don't bring warrior to tourneys, guys. You could bring it so it gets banned, but don't plan on playing it.
So bring one. That way you have the next guy.
Yeah. Bring it so it gets banned because of this, and then you'll be good.
Ooh, a boomkin. Yeah, I kind of want to play druid in classic WoW too. But druids aren't very good.
No. I mean, heal druid's not bad, and then balance druid are okay, but like you don't even have boomkin form. I don't think so.
Yeah, you do.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Boomkin's classic form. Tree was in classic form.
Really?
I think so.
I looked at the talent tree and I could not see the tree. I think that was BC.
Was it?
I honestly think Boomkin was BC and Tree was BC. I think Bear is the only one that
Bear and cat.
Bear and Cat were vanilla.
It's possible. You might be right.
Alright, so he gives the Ancestral Spit to the 8/8. When it dies, it's going to be able to heal him for 8.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at the board state, he has lethal next turn. He's killing his own guy to heal himself up for an additional 8. It's going to resummon it anyway. Really solid play. The Toads would have been fine because he's dead to Bloodlust regardless, but he did not get the delivery drone, so Mecha'thun was not an option. Not that he would have lived another turn anyway.
Rest of his mana problems, worst healer.
Yeah, so this is where we'll see the Rockbiter weapon onto anything, and then Bloodlust, and that's game. Alright.
We made it.
Hacker is 2-1 over KillinAllDay.
Wow.
I would be exhausted after this. Exhausted.
Yeah. Wow. What a final game.
That was not the final game.
That was not the final game. Well, final game of that match.
Yes. Well, no. It's out of 5.
Oh, I'm a dingus.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so Hacker has Rogue left, and then the Killin has the Warrior still. And, the Warrior still and something else. So, oh. Real?
Hence, out of 5.
Warrior again.
Let's hope.
Okay, so for
is this miracle?
So for viewing purposes,
Or Tempo Rogue.
The length of this isn't like much longer, so that it's not going to be another one of the games that we just played. This game is going to go by much.
So you
quicker.
guys know what's coming up.
Yeah. All right, so turn 1/1/2, good tempo play, gets a rush from the deck.
Auxiliacs.
This rogue hand is very featurey.
Yeah, teacher can be powerful. So, what deck is this? Because I looked at a Tempo Rogue. Is this that Tempo Rogue?
Yes. So there's
I don't remember seeing teacher.
Yeah. So some rogues run like more pirate heavy. Some rogues.
That's what I saw.
Yeah. There's a lot of pirate package. There's the
Green skin.
There's the random package, which is like a Vendetta and Blink Foxes, and then there's more of like a Miracle Priest, which is like the Violet Teachers, the Questing Adventures, and things like that. Yo, what up, Deku?
What's up, Deku?
Welcome back for another Hearthstone stream. It'll be good to have you in the streams that when we're not playing Hearthstone, Deku. When we play that World of Warcraft, I expect to see you there. Or Halo.
Halo PC.
Yes, sir.
May hop on to do some super bouncing in Halo 2.
Yeah.
That's about all I did. No scopes on Ascension and super bounce.
I'm pretty sure Bunny Hopper's still in. Give me the dates. I'll
Solid
show
play.
up.
So we got the backstab into SI. Backstab SI. Classic combo. Clean up the board with a weapon.
I thought Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments were painful for the best of 3. Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't too bad.
Well, it depends. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh now, like, matches last like 14 seconds because you're like, I'm gonna pinch something, I'm gonna swing, and you win on turn 1.
I mean, but Yu-Gi-Oh games are much faster. Yo, sub with the Twitch Prime sub. Thanks, man. Welcome.
I forgot about your sub your sub sound effect. That's a lot.
It's good, dude. It's me
good.
singing. It brings cheeringness to Shack.
Turn 4 sprint.
Prep sprint. Draw 4 cards for 4 mana.
Prep coin concede.
Prep coin concede.
I made that mistake once and never made it ever again.
I can't believe we with the follow. Thank you, Rich Artem. Welcome.
Richard M. Like the name Richard. Anyway.
Looking at the Hearthstone match. Now, so this actually could be a longer match now that I look at what's in Hacker's hand, because he's running the Togwaggle, but he's also running the Togwaggle scheme, which is how you win a control matchup. So basically, you play the Togwaggle. It's going to Rich Artem.
Rich Ard space M.
I don't need this, all right?
I think what you need is English. We were talking about how a lot of the European countries know second languages and how Rob barely knows
So it
one.
means that streamers can never go to tournaments? What are you talking about? Streamers can, of course, there's tons of Hearthstone streamers that actively participate in tournaments all the time. The streaming has nothing to do with participating in tournaments. You can, if you're a streamer, you can participate. There's some people who don't stream that participate.
But most of the bigger streamers will they do only streaming.
Yeah. Like if you look at Crip doesn't participate in tournaments because Crip makes more money than like people playing in the tournaments in one night of just streaming naturally. So there's no reason for him to travel and try to win a tournament when he could just stream and make
just
more
stop going
money.
Tournaments too.
Dog competes like occasionally, but yeah, like
but not consistently.
Yeah,
like it's convenient, I guess.
Yeah, like once you hit a certain number of viewers, like going to tournaments doesn't outweigh just normal streaming. Read the previous message.
As the jury said, no, they can't stream.
What do these contestants? Just repeat the question.
Well, but then a jury responded and said no, they can't stream.
I don't understand. But
Well, as jury was saying, no, you just can't restream the tournament as it's going on. He thought he was asking about that.
Oh yeah, I can't stream this live while the tournament's going on.
But you can restream it.
I can recap what happened previously, but I can't stream live what they're doing because that's fucked up.
Unless you get permission.
Yeah, unless I get explicit permission to restream, but there would be no reason for them to give me that permission. So as long as we're covering games that have already occurred, then there's no problem to it.
Combo add 2 lackeys. The lackey mechanic seems pretty cool. I like it. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's what makes this rogue deck so good right now.
Oh,
Between the Togwaggle, the Lackey, and the Waggles pick, it's insane.
Didn't recognize guys who are competing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they're not, like... The people who, like I said, compete in tournaments aren't necessarily big streamers, because if they're big streamers, they're not competing in tournaments.
You'll see that all over esports, too. A lot of fighting game people, like Smash Bros. There was the guy, Zero. You guys may know him from, like, when Pokemon was coming out. He was real big on Twitch for a bit. He stopped doing Smash Bros. Tournaments because he made way more money streaming than he could ever for the tournaments. Mango's the same way, but Mango still streams a lot. So it's a common thing in esports. If you can sit at your home and make $2,000 a night,
Yeah.
compared to going somewhere for a tournament and maybe winning, a couple grand. You should cover games that haven't been played out yet.
Well, and then also, like, it depends. Like, if there's, like, a tournament near my house, like, I would probably just go there, like, if I was a bigger streamer, just to go. But, like, having to, like, pay for a flight, pay for a hotel, pay for food, the days you're going to be away from streaming, like, there's a lot of, like, other things to factor in besides just, like, play in the tournament, the entrance fee. Like, there's a lot of things to consider.
Right. Yeah, you pay $400 to potentially win $5,000.
Yeah. So it costs you $2,000 to fly out, hotel, food. You're gone for like a week.
Yeah,
and
true.
it costs you $2,000. and then like, you know what I mean?
You can win like 5 grand, 10 grand.
Yeah, you
or
can-
you could lose 2 grand.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. It's like if you win the whole thing, you make 10 grand maybe, and if you come in top 8, yeah, you don't even recap your costs.
Yeah.
So that's where being on like a team and being sponsored comes in.
Where you start to get some of your because a lot of these teams and organizations will actually cover, cost trips, give you some like basically
But then they
budget
also
for
take a
food.
split of the pie,
Of
which is like
course.
a big portion, like 70-30.
Right, but if you can go basically compete for free, then
You have no reason
Not- yeah, yeah.
to. If you're a smaller streamer, that is.
that's where a lot of these teams and organizations came in, your Tempo Storms and things like that, to sponsor players. We have not been really paying much attention to the match.
Yeah, I mean, they're good questions, so.
Yeah.
I'm sure people watching get that upset that we're not covering the...
It's been very basic. It's been just struggle.
Trading,
It's been trading, struggle to keep the... It's just been a fight for the board, mostly.
Yeah.
Warriors sitting pretty at some decent life in the late game, but...
I mean, this
rogue.
toggle scheme and toggle in the hand, like, Language is just gonna keep this rolling as long as possible and hold these lackeys until, like, there's, I don't know, maybe, like, 5 cards left into his deck, and then he's gonna shuffle, like, I don't know.
So, new toggle.
Yeah, so there's the wand. Here's the scheme. He's gonna shuffle 4 of these bad boys in the deck.
That's awesome.
And yeah, and then he can. There's a lot of things he can do now. That's a lot of value.
Yeah, that's cool. This is kind of cool.
Because the treasure, 3 mana, draw 3 cards. They all cost 0, and then he can togwaggle again. It says draw a card, fill your hand with a copy of it, which could be more togwaggles. So this shit could get lit.
Bam.
How do
Should
you
we
feel
tell
about-
him? What?
Huh?
I was going to talk about our T1 experience yesterday and share that story while we're watching this develop.
Sure.
Okay, so we go to T1 to Flats to get some food, and I go, okay, Rob, do you want to eat it here, or do you want to take it back to the house? For like 5 to 10 seconds, I'm just like, home. He could not think of anything else to say. He just goes, home, in like a very forced, struggling voice in front of the people at Tijuana Flats. I was like, you alright there, buddy?
And Tony looks over and goes, carry out.
Got it. To go. Got it.
He didn't end up drawing any togwaggles with his
Ooh, he can go for a big
His
Van
wand.
Cleef here, but...
Oh, he could go it wouldn't be that big, but yeah, it'd be fairly big.
Oh, never mind. Or he holds it.
He hasn't. I don't know how many brawls have played, but the Iron Beak Owl is very scary. He makes a big Edwin, and then he gets Iron Beaked. Goes
Yeah,
back to a 2/2. So, I mean,
Combo, clear board. Okay, that makes sense there.
yeah. This makes Brawl better because like he doesn't have a minion that can live, but if you leave a card on the warrior side that can live, it just makes the Brawl better.
Transform Tog into 5/7. Solid stats.
How do you feel about Zoo? I think it's definitely one of the weekend decks brought for sure. I mean, there's like mixed decisions a lot. Like Soddle the caster doesn't like Zoo, but and he said like a lot of the players brought Zoo because when they submitted these deck lists, it was only 8 days after the expansion had dropped, which
So
is
it's
not
speculation.
Yeah, so there wasn't a lot of like there's very minimal testing done with all of the decks, and Zoo has always been a deck that normally it's like just an aggressive, you don't deal with it, you lose. It does like, you know, it does what it does, and most of the time it does it fairly decent. There's like not a lot of like inconsistency. It's not like you're playing an OTK deck and like the OTK, you know, just because it worked out for the first couple days doesn't mean it's gonna work out for the next 2 weeks. So a lot of people brought Zoo just under that mindset, but it ends up like Zoo isn't performing as well as they wanted. But overall, I think Zoo is a pretty good deck. I mean, it punishes the slower decks, and if you don't draw removal, you just win. And that, like, any deck that does what it does pretty consistently, and if you don't answer it that wins, is normally pretty good. This Tempo Rogue, you don't clear the board, you lose. Like, against a control deck, like, your opponent could literally do nothing for, like, 6 turns, and you still couldn't win, even if they didn't play minions, and if you wanted to, because there's just no way for you to win. That all of your cards do like defensive stuff or situational stuff, and you just don't have minions. So like the control decks, you know, don't really shine too much in the tournament when it's this new of an expansion.
Do you think he was considering that head crack there? Would there be a reason to keep it for that continuous damage every turn?
I like head crack.
So he ended up picking the 4 mana, shuffle 10 cards from your opponent's class.
Oh, no. Oh, that's substantially better. Yeah, Academic Espionage was substantially better than head crack.
Okay.
I didn't see what the other spell was. Yeah.
Yeah, he ended up taking Academic.
Do you want 10 spells and all of them cost 1, or do you want 2 damage a turn has to be comboed?
True. Had there been some other relatively okay options, do you think that's still a decent card in a matchup like this?
What?
Head crack to do.
You would never put that card in your deck naturally,
right?
But like
right.
randomly generating it, randomly generating almost any card is pretty good.
I mean, true.
Which is why randomly generated effects are so popular and so good. Is because they're just good.
It's almost like some of these cards are developed by like a random number generator. There's always an acronym for something like that. I can't think of it though.
Dr. Boom comes in the hand of KillinAllDay. He can clear almost the full board with the Warpath. The questing adventure would live, which is a big issue.
Why did he prep? I also saw the prep, but I didn't see what he...
He prepped because he probably ran out of time.
Prep, hero power, and turn. That's what I like right there.
Oh, yeah, he might have just ran out of time.
It's unfortunate. A waste of a prep.
It is a little bit of a waste. So we see that obviously he could not clear the full board with the Warpath, so he just opts to kill the questing. The questing is something that, if left unchecked, will just grow over time.
Right.
So he's taking the head off. Oh, I wouldn't even do the head off the snake because there's still like the whole body on the board. But like he's taking the growth potential of the snake away, and he'll deal with the small what's radiant.
He cut off the lizard's tail, and it could grow back. But if he kills the rest of the lizard,
it's silence. There's no way for it to grow.
Okay, fine. You got rid of a whole leg. He's just hindered, but he's still there.
Okay, there you go. How frisky is Hacker feeling? Not very frisky.
Oh, what would have been the frisky play?
The draw a card, fill your hand with a replica.
0 mana sprint? My boy.
Well, he still has 2 more Togs left in his deck. So, if he would have done the play that I was going to do, he would have had, like, 4 Zilliaxes. But, I mean, this is fine, too. Man, this looks like... This is what I was talking about with the constant Togwaggling to generate value, to Togwaggle, to generate value, to Shadow Step Togwaggle, to generate value.
Did you run out of timing? Did you get to do anything?
Yeah, he got the Togwaggle.
Okay.
So, like, now, KillinAllDay has to Warpath. He's going to use it 4 times, and then he's going to Hero Power Face, and then it leads, again, Language to then replay Togwaggle, draw more cards. Like, it's, the Rogue is looking really favored right now. And this just, it's showing a lot of weakness from the Warrior's end. The Warrior lost in the Shaman matchup. It's now going to most likely lose in the Rogue matchup, which is even, like, he puts in 2 cards and he can automatically beat control. Like, that's pretty good.
Their adventure, but...
So Lackey needs to be on the board in order to activate the Togwaggle. So he needed to play that Lackey first. The Togwaggle becomes active. He generates the Togwaggle. We'll see what he goes with. Each one is different. Discover a legendary. Summon 2 copies of it. That's the one he selected. Now he's going to discover. See what 2 legendaries he gets. So he could get like 2 Yaceros. Get 2 Deathwings. 2 Hakars.
What is a Corrupted Blood?
Okay. Well, if he picks it, I'll go over it. All right, so he didn't pick it, so it's not really, like, important. But it's a very powerful card. It could kill you. Or it could kill your opponent. Okay. I mean, I can just tell you. You want me to just tell you? Alright. Corrupted Blood from Hakar. When it dies, shuffle a Corrupted Blood into each player's deck. When you draw Corrupted Blood, you take 3 damage. Shuffles 2 more Corrupted Bloods in your deck. So, eventually, in the late stages of the game, you're just drawing Corrupted Bloods forever, and you just die. So there was a Druid deck before this expansion, like, before this one, where, like, Hakara was a win condition of just, like, naturalizing your opponent for them to draw cards, and they would take, like, 122 damage from Corrupted Bloods.
That is awesome.
Because for every one that they shot, like, they draw 1, shuffle 2.
It's exponential.
Yeah. Eventually, you draw, like, 6 Corrupted Bloods, you're shuffling 12 into your deck, you're drawing 12 to shuffle 24, like...
I was like, no, that's linear. And I was like, nope, that's exponential. That's crazy. XD.
HD.
Fucking God.
Dude, you got some HD? Yeah, you got some HD.
Gordon's classic WoW. I need it. Like, actually, I don't want it until I'm done with school, which is about the right time. So.
Yeah. Yeah, this is really, really rough for Killing, man.
Yeah, it's not looking great.
He's just going for, it looks like he's going for the bombs. I don't know how many bombs are in the deck, but if he draws 2 of them, he loses.
This is true. Guess that's his plan here.
That's one bomb. That's one more bomb. He wins.
Ooh. Can't Phantom Knives here though. He's got to try to close out the game really soon, or those bombs. I mean, hort bad.
I mean, I don't think he has. Well, he can Academic, and Academic puts 10 cards in the deck, so the chance of drawing bomb is like very, very low.
Right.
Or lower.
But still. Wow, they cost 1, but yeah, Academic's pretty cool. A pretty cool card.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Warrior cards suck. Well, most of them do.
Without synergies or without with like that
Shield Slam, Inner Rage, what is it? Not level up, but upgrade. Like there's a lot.
There's a lot of cards that are so specific to warrior mechanics.
For example, there's a lot of good Druid and Shaman spells.
Yes, I was just thinking about Shaman specifically. Yeah. Mage too. Mage has decent spells.
Mage also has
Fireball, Frostbolts, things like that. Ability to generate other spells.
Yep.
What is it? What was the tome? It was like 5 mana.
Oh, Cabal's Tome. 5 mana, generate 3 spells.
Three spells. I love that card.
All right, so KillinAllDay can full clear here. Between Warpathing 5 times and then using the weapon charge to attack the 6/6, he would technically live. And us knowing Hacker's hand, Hacker has no burst, so he would not have a way to do 4 damage to kill him. So this is KillinAllDay's only out here is to use this Warpath. Actually, he could probably yeah. So if he uses the last charge here, he could what seems to be hero power and clear off the board without actually taking the 6. I didn't see the micro squad. That's very similar play he made before in the game, like the previous match.
Yep. Solid.
Tax face, putting him down to 6.
Another bomb
in the deck. So now there's 2 bombs that we know of, and that's 10 damage potentially.
Yeah. To draw 2 in a row here would be pretty.
1 mana Crowley. There you go.
1 mana Crowley's pretty good.
So I don't think that Language or Hacker is going to draw cards here. I think he's just going to fill up the board because he just saw the second Warpath and he hasn't seen a brawl yet. So he
might just try to play a bunch of stuff, get a big Van Cleave, try to clear out.
He's going to set up lethal.
Yeah. Definitely try to make him answer something.
Yeah, so I definitely see maybe like a Lackey here with the Edwin and the hero power face, maybe even a Crowley too. But he is prone to that top deck brawl, but he is like both players are running out of time. Plus he has that blast shield, so he's gonna go to 17 next turn. So he's sprinting.
Whoa.
With Alaska Bing.
That's
risky fucking business, dude.
Oh. Free sprint to no bombs. GG.
That was so risky.
Like 1 bomb. Like KillinAllDay must be like, come on, just give me 1 bomb.
Like 1 bomb and he wins because he has Dr. Boom. So he could boom and then the bombs could technically lethal.
That is some shit right there.
Language is going in, dude. This is it. He basically says, I'm going to make the biggest board possible. You top deck brawl or I win.
Unless 2 bombs are next turn.
Unless, the 2 bombs do hit next turn.
Well, what's the hero power he has right now?
Blast Shield. Gain 7 armor. So he's going to look for a Mega Assembly, see if he finds anything, any bomb generation. No, there's nothing that's going to save him from this amount of damage. His best play, honestly, is to throw out his Dr. Boom, attack his bomb into the 1/1, and hopefully the bomb hits the face for at least 1 damage, meaning he only has to draw 1 bomb instead of 2 bombs. So he's going to use all of these bombs to attack and minimize as many creatures on the board as possible to maximize the chances that these bombs hit the face. So in order to only draw 1 bomb. So this is it. This is right here. This is the finale. Bomb does not go face.
He could just win through bombs, right?
They can't go face.
I know, but their explosions can hit face.
Yes. So he could technically win, but it's most likely 2 bombs are not going to go face for 6 damage.
Oh man, so much damage
So
already.
like
Bro.
face for 4. Where's this bomb going? All right, so 1 bomb now. 1 bomb will do it. Bomb drawn.
Oh wow!
Oh my god.
Wow.
This ties up the series.
Game 5. Wow.
That was his only out there.
That wasn't Yep, drawing into bombs wasn't only out.
Oh, priest versus rogue. Ooh. If it's a fast game, I think we know what happens.
I'm guessing this priest deck is not very fast.
This priest deck, the point of this priest deck is to draw the entire deck, then play Chef Nomi, which fills your board with 6/6s, to then kill your opponent because you seance the Nomi to make another Nomi, and you can basically make 3 Nomis and fill your board up 3 times. You have to have no cards in your deck. The whole deck is draw and stall.
Okay. I don't think that is what happens here.
I do not believe this is one of the games where the entire
We're gonna
deck
pretend like we didn't see that this game ends very short.
Yeah.
And we will commentate it as if we don't know this. So Northshire Cleric turn well, I guess not turn 1. Why would he not play Northshire Cleric turn 1?
Backstab hero power.
He can have it.
He does have 2 clerics though, but I think saving the clerics for the guaranteed heal is better because if he plays a cleric, right, he knows his opponent isn't gonna play the rat.
Right.
He's just gonna wait till he draws a way to deal with cleric. So there's really no point to play cleric. Which is a heads up play from KillinAllDay. Means he practiced the matchup very heavily.
3 mana, 3/3.
See, now the circle of healing. So, you know, his minions can get some damage a little bit. Double Northshire Cleric, get the double circle healing in there.
Northshire Cleric Circle of Healing is just...
Draw a billion cards. You know how it be.
It's rough. Priest has always been such a... Like, there's very few, like, priest decks that have been around, like, that were, like, not...
Trigger inducing.
Yeah, they're very slow. I mean, there's some priest decks that are okay, but, like, Dragon Priest was the most formulaic deck I've ever seen. Back when, like,
that was the Curve Stone.
yeah, I mean, that was, what, Black Rock Mountain,
Yeah.
Black Rock Depths, that
Whoa,
expansion.
Mana Tide Totem randomly generated.
Oh, Mana
that was,
Tide.
like, one of the best 3 drops you could have gotten to, like, keep the gas rolling for the Rogue. I mean,
Yeah,
granted, there's
definitely.
Sprint in the hand, but...
I mean, you got Prep Sprint, depending on what they play here, what, Ziliax next turn? But probably not Ziliax.
Yeah, he'll probably use Prep Sprint.
Prep Sprint.
And now that Psychic Scream isn't part of the Rogue or the Priest package anymore, all they have is Mass Hysteria.
Psychic Stream returns all to the hand.
Deck.
Even more obnoxious. That's right.
So, like, you have 4 minions that you paid a lot of mana for, return it to the deck. Like, tokens, you made a whole bunch of 1/1 tokens, return them all to your deck. Now you draw into 1/1s.
Oh, at least you still get the cards. In Magic, they just die literally the battlefield if they're tokens.
Well, you don't want tokens in your deck. You want to draw the...
I mean, that's true.
You don't want to draw a 1-mana 1/1.
Oh.
It's a really good... That was a really, really cool play.
Yeah.
So he basically reduced the minion's attack to 0, and then topsy-turvied it because you can't have 0 health. It kills the minion.
Right.
That was really cool.
Yeah, that was a cool play.
And now that there's nothing to kill these clerics on the board that have more than 3 attack, playing the cleric, you know, he'll be able to, technically he could attack into the 1/1, attack into the totem, and then Circle of Healing and draw 6 cards. But the Ziliax, Hero Power, Backstab clears up both clerics. KillinAllDay has no draw in hand. He only has a coin and a Chef Nomi. Chef Nomi is pointless, by the way. If it's only a 7-mana 6/6 if there's cards in your deck.
Right.
The whole point is to have no cards in your deck.
Right.
So this deck also runs Gadgets and Auctioneer because most of the spells are 1 to 0 mana. So
What's up, Brian? That was cute. Yeah, it was cute.
that was a cute play.
Cute play. In Magic, they use the term "cute" a lot to describe plays. Like, you know, interesting little interactions that aren't quite common. Okay, swap the attack and defense of the Man-Tide Totem to kill it.
Mhm.
With that was a board clear. That was one that swapped it for the board.
Yeah, that was a topsy-turvy.
Is that
Oh, no. He Mass Hysteria.
Mass Hysteria, that's what it was.
I don't know if that Mass Hysteria was
Right play.
the right play there because he only killed the 1 draw, and you know your opponent has 2 sprints in their deck. So I would have liked to see that mass hysteria like used on like 4 or 5 minions. Just you can, as a priest, you can take 4 a turn. Like you heal for 2, it's gonna take your opponent 10 turns plus to kill you.
Right.
Um.
Just trying to get the combo for the lackeys, draw a card.
Yeah. Might even see an upgrade on Ziliax here. Most of the time a 6 mana minion has more than 3 attack. This one has 4. It's 25% better.
Technically, it's 33%.
Yeah.
3/3 of that is 1 increase. I punched the shit out of that.
Free still at 27, no auctioneer to be found. So imagine like mass hysteria a board like this. Substantially better.
Substantially better, isn't it? Most of these are 1/1s.
But it's like
a 5/1.
We're looking at 9, 10, 11, 12 damage on the board instead of 3. That's 4 times the amount of damage, or 3 times the amount of damage.
Mass Hysteria, doesn't it swap the attack and defense?
No, Mass Hysteria makes every minion attack other minions. So like every minion attacks and it attacks some other random minion.
What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of an entire board.
Yeah, that card doesn't exist anymore. It was.
I thought that's what he did.
Because... What was that card? It's like hallucination or something like that. It was like a 3 mana or 2 mana spell that swapped the attack and defense of all minions on the battlefield.
That's what I thought he played for some reason.
That was like a GVG. That was like a GVG card or like I think it was a little newer than that, but it was card. Might have been a TGT card. It was either GVG or TGT. That card's old as fuck. The game's over.
Oh, he just gives up.
Yeah, the Mass Hysteria needed to be saved. Like, you got, like, as soon as your opponent sees a Mass Hysteria to kill a Mana Tide totem, like, nah. So, Hacker takes the win.
Nice. Convincing win with that rogue there.
Yeah, that actually took us substantially longer than expected. This was a 2-hour series.